Okay, so let's get started. In this part we are going to make UVs for our vehicle, and I will show you how to make UVs for the wheel and for the body of the car. So first is our wheel, our tire right now. You can see I have my UVs shelf on, and I will be using this icon X, Y and Z really often to make quick projections, quick UV projections. And the main tools for the editing my UVs is mostly a cut tool or the split and unfold, and very often I'm using this standard old unfold methods in Maya. There is of course one new, Unfold 3D, I think. It's more automatic, and I think it's great for organic shapes, but very often I'm using this old method where you are actually doing most things manually. So we are working right now on our rim, and you can see I'm trying to figure out how to unfold this part in the best way. And sometimes you have to come and manually adjust vertices and then run unfold horizontal or vertical to relax this wire a little bit, this wireframe. Yeah, so you can see that this old unfold is called Legacy, and this new one is just Unfold 3D. And sometimes I'm using this Smooth UV tool. It's good for relaxing and smoothing a little bit UVs. And you can see this part is well done. Our UVs, our checker actually is looking good. We don't have many distortions. And of course we have to remember that we have to separate our UVs in the places where we have hard edges, and I make all my hard edges before the UVs. Actually, when you are creating a low poly for your model, during the creation process, you think you have to think already how your UVs will look like, how you will unfold everything on the UVs. So there is a little bit of planning and being aware that we have another steps and we have to plan everything. And Unfold 3D, this new Unfold 3D is good for things like this. If you want to unfold pipes, for example, you can just make any kind of projection on this pipe, X, Y, or Z, and you can just select edge loop, make a split on the UVs, and click Unfold 3D, and this Unfold 3D should take care about this, and you will have almost perfectly unfolded pipe. Okay, so all it's left is this inside part, and we can do just a simple Z projection. And of course we can smooth our UVs a little bit, because this part of the geometry is not completely flat. And that's it, really. We have our wheel done. That was pretty fast, I think. Okay, so right now you can see we've got everything done, but we have to pack all these UVs together, and this is the final result. I don't have any fast method for packing. I just grab the biggest parts of the UVs, put them first, and then I'm trying to figure out how to pack everything nicely. Right now we will move to this body part of the vehicle, and you can see I have some colors on the vehicle. Usually I don't do this, but for this tutorial I've made some selections of the polygons and assigned a new material. So we've got this green material and blue material, and when we go to our hypershade, we are able to see these two materials, and this will allow us to select all polygons that are in the scene with this material. So right now we can quickly make projections, UV projections for these elements, in this case with this green material. This will help you to see which parts of the vehicle I'm selecting and making projections. This is, for example, this front part with the headlights. Like I said, I don't do usually these colors, these materials with different colors. I just work normally. This is the back of the car, and you can see we've got green headlights or backlights, and this is there is one element with blue material. So this stuff with blue material will be just Z projection. And of course at the beginning I've done just Y projections for everything. Yeah, so right now I was thinking a little bit how to approach this part, and you can see I will be selecting the edges for the front part of the vehicle, and I turn on my high poly version just to check where the splits of the geometry are, because I want to split my UVs exactly in this place. So this mask front part will be separated on the UV. And this back part also will be separated. You can see also that I have symmetry on, and when I'm selecting something on the right side, it's automatically selecting the edges or the polygons on the both sides. So it's comfortable because I can work faster this way. So you can see I cut off this front part. And we will be splitting it further. Sometimes before unfolding something we have to cut it on the few pieces, unfold it, and then we can again combine these parts together. We can get better results this way rather than trying to unfold one big chunk of the geometry. And of course less splits, it's better because you don't have seams in these places, these areas, so you don't have to fix them later during texturing and stuff like this. And for this one I will do just horizontal and then vertical unfold. And this is another tip I'm very often doing: vertical, unfold, and then horizontal, or horizontal first and then vertical, because it works just better. Right now you can see I attached this front part to the other parts of the geometry, and I'm smoothing area where these two UVs chunks are coming together. So right now it looks really good. We have only split in the middle. And you can see for this back body part everything is working well. And of course it's a long way to fix plenty of small stuff. Of course I'm talking about hard edges. We have to separate these places on the UVs. And I'm not sure if this was a good idea to separate this mask part. Maybe I will attach it to the rest of the body of the car. But for now, let's leave it like this. And this is this area around the engine, around the air scope and supercharger. While working on the UVs, I'm trying to keep close together stuff that it's close together on the geometry, because if you've got plenty of small elements, the texturing later can get really difficult and ugly when you have all these smaller elements spread around your UVs. So I like to keep them together. For example, when I'm doing UVs for the steering wheel, I try to keep all its elements together on the UV. Sometimes, of course, it's not possible, you have to move something, but these are, of course, exceptions. And you can see right now I'm detaching these parts of the UVs because we've got hard edges there, and we have to do this all around our UV. And of course you have to remember about the distance between the UVs, especially in this case where you've got this kind of smaller elements. The space should be significant when you are having a smaller textures, because if you have a 4K texture and you will resize it to a 1K, you can get some bugs and seams displaying on your texture when you have everything too close together. right now we can unfold these areas around headlights. Okay, so we've got this front part done. We will skip the rest. And you can see we've got everything done here. Let's check how our UVs are looking right now. Of course, everything is not packed yet. You can see how these elements with hard edges are separated. And you can see definitely a groups of UVs for different elements. So for example, for the inside part I have this. So you can see for the armchair I keep everything close together. This one is for the engine, and you can see we've got tons of small elements, so it's good to keep them together. Okay, so right now everything is done. Let's select our objects, except of course wheel, because wheel will have a separate texture, something around 1K for the wheel. But for the rest of the vehicle we will have 4K texture, so this is how our UV is looking. Of course, like I said previously, I don't have any special techniques for packing UVs. I don't use anything like layout or any kind of tricks. I just take the biggest parts, in this case it's body of the vehicle, and I put it first, and then I'm trying to figure out what is the best way to pack it. So you should avoid a few things. You should not keep your UVs that close to the edge. If you can, you should move it a little bit away from it, because when your texture resolution go down, you might have some glitches on the textures here, so I have to fix it a little bit. And of course you can see I've modified this mask because we've had this mask part separated, but I figure out it will be better to have just a little bit distortions rather than big seams on the front. So I've just connected the edges and relaxed the vertices using this smooth unfold tool. So that's it. Thank you.